Give up. You can't do it.
Yes.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
We didn't get it by 5.
Why am I doing this? Why am I willingly and voluntarily putting myself through this when it's clear I'm having a hard time? Well, it's because I'm doing something called a speedrun. A hard remix, if you will, of a game that allows for an entirely new way to play, even if it's brutal. But what is a speedrun? Well, in its simplest form, it's just a term that a bunch of nerds made up to explain why they wanted to rush through a game. It's the subculture of playing a game where the player tries to complete a task as fast as possible. Most of the time this goal is completing the game, but there are hundreds of categories in speedrunning, in hundreds of games. They can span from killing the Ender Dragon in Minecraft, to getting a million cookies in Cookie Clicker, or even to see Mario's nipples in Mario Odyssey. Yes, this is a real thing that people do. But why do people choose to speedrun? Well, it's the same reason you'd go to soccer training or to study for a test. It's to better yourself, to have some friendly competition between each other. It's fun to see how well you can get at something. Some people want to be the best soccer player, some people want to get the best test score, and some people want to be the best at seeing Mario's nipples. Speedrunning was first spoken about in the early 80s to early 2000s, in online forums where people wanted to find the fastest route in shooting games such as Doom. But as people routed Doom, they realised this format could be used for, well, any game really. And soon enough, the community blew up with speedruns everywhere, from Super Mario to Legend of Zelda to Crash Bandicoot or even Sonic.
We didn't do it.
Did we not?
Because we needed.
Oh my god. But people wanted a way to show their prestige. They wanted a place to prove that they were number one. A place that was dedicated to keeping track of all of these games, instead of some random online forums. In 1981, a website called Twin Galaxies was made. This website was a forum made mainly for arcade games such as Pac-Man, but with the release of home consoles like the Atari and NES, they soon branched out. This site had some problems, however. They didn't allow major glitches to be used when submitting runs, and were sometimes biased with who they approved and who they didn't. So, other websites such as Speed Demos Archives were made to allow for more experimentation to remedy these issues. And after that, a few more websites like Speedruns Live and Speedrun.com were made, with the latter now being the most commonplace archive.
Sign of success. Yeah, except falling off isn't. No! Okay. He's gone. He's left.
In 1990, Nintendo became aware of the competitive community's growing numbers and held a competition called the Nintendo World Championships, where players were tasked with getting the highest score possible in Super Mario, Rad Racer, and Tetris in under 6 minutes. Players soon discovered that if they finished Super Mario and Rad Racer fast, they could focus on Tetris and multiply points exponentially faster. Author of Speedrun Science, Eric Koziel, described the competition saying, "The Nintendo World Championships had unintentionally included all the makings of a modern speedrun, learning the fundamentals behind your targeted games and mechanics, exploring strategies for optimizing the time taken, coming up with the best route, and then finally performing that route." Additionally, when Doom took off the speedrunning, the lead designer, John Romero, said, "Anybody can achieve things slowly, but that's not competitive, and that's truly where the key to speedrunning lies. Anybody can complete a game, but if you complete a game fast, then it shows skill." In 2003, Super Mario Bros. 3 player by the name of Morimoto uploaded an absolute perfect speedrun, with no mistakes. Everybody was stunned by this, until he outed himself as a cheater, using tools to slow down the game and input frame-by-frame button presses. Today, this is known as a TAS, or Tool-Assisted Speedrun, where external devices are used in order to achieve the best theoretical time, using tricks that aren't normally possible by humans. Ever wanted to see Minecraft beaten in only a minute and a half? Wanted to see the perfect shots in Halo? How about Mario's nipples in... I'm kidding, there's no TAS of that, yet. But the point is, TAS existed as a way to see the game be broken to its absolute limits. It's informative, interesting and mind-boggling, and has opened the door to all new kinds of speedruns. In March of 2008, a group known as the Speed Gamers started a charity event where they played every single mainline Legend of Zelda game in succession to raise money for charity. They continued to do similar marathons for different series for months, until in 2010, Mike Oyama, the owner of Speed Demo's Archive, decided to hold his own marathon called Classic Games Done Quick from his mother's basement of all places. The event raised $10,000 for charity, which inspired Mike to keep the event going, eventually renaming it to Games Done Quick in 2011. This event has been going since, and from 2014 has consistently raised over $1 million each event. And that's where we conclude. To summarize, speedrunning is a phenomenon that has existed for decades and will likely continue for decades to come. It's a competitive, yet inviting community that hosts many genres, marathons and events each year. Thank you for watching.
World record!
It's as simple as that. 2 seconds behind, not that bad.
Alright. Yes. Yes. Oh my god, yeah.